Good afternoon. Newcastle United still have Steve Bruce at the helm. Fucking hell. What is going on? What is going on? Not just that, how are people still defending this man? Apologies for the echo, I am in the office. But, oh man, like, how are people legitimately defending his record at Newcastle United and defending the fact that he deserves respect? Deserves respect as what? Let's put some context on it. Deserves respect as what? And the man that he is, the player that he was, the manager. Because if it's the manager, no fucking way does he deserve respect at all. All he's achieved at Newcastle United is inadequacy and mediocrity. That is it. Nothing else. Nothing else. He's been given a war chest of around 100 million. He's recruited quite well, but he's not been able to do anything with those players. Exactly the same as he's done at every other club. He recruits well, but he's not good enough to coach these players, to progress them. They regress instead, and it's fucking me off hearing it on a daily basis. Oh, he deserves credit. He's a human shield. No, he's not. He's getting flack for being a shit manager. That's it. That is it. Look, I don't condone any of the personal abuse that he has or abuse towards his family. That's not on. But it doesn't matter. It's very rarely seen, if ever, the bloke's getting abused for the way that he manages the club. And he deserves that. Because he doesn't manage the club. Fuck it. How many times, regardless of whether people think that the local media are targeting Steve Bruce, if we hear about players falling out consistently, it becomes a worry. It becomes a worry. Not, one-offs, fine. I imagine that happens up and down the country all the time. I don't care. But when it's happening on a consistent basis, then it becomes a worry. Of course it does. I respect a lot of people's opinions. Gary Neville, I respect him as a pundit. I really do. I agree with a lot of things he says. Simon Jordan, exactly the same. Even Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage. But they've all got it wrong when it comes to Steve Bruce, and the reason is because the common denominator is that they're all fucking friends with him. They're all friends with him. And don't tell me that it's not that, because it is. It is that. You can't defend his record at Newcastle United. You can't defend his record at Sunderland. You can't defend his record at Aston Villa. He won a League Cup with Wigan. Great. Well done to him. Well done to him. But he's never come anywhere close since. Ever. So frustrating, and I hate ranting. But how he's still at the club is beyond me, and how he's still being defended, You had people saying, oh, he deserves his 1000th game, blah, blah, fucking blah. No, he doesn't. But anyway, he got it. And now everyone's turning around and saying, well, he shouldn't have been given it. It should have been dealt with by the new owners. He's become a human shield for criticism. Fuck off. Fuck off. If I was in my role, if I didn't hit my KPIs, if I had a 5, 10, 15, 20-year contract, if I'm not hitting my KPIs, I'd be gone. And I wouldn't be getting paid £3 million fucking pound for the privilege. You're all in such a fucking parallel universe. It's beyond me. I apologise that I'm swearing so much because I wanted to articulate this in a proper manner. But, you're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week as pundits. You're getting £1 million per year for your pundit contracts. If anything's to happen to you financially, you've got so many levels to come down before you actually hit the real world. And you want me to have respect for a man that is so arrogant that he can't admit that he's not fit for purpose. And once he does admit that, he wants to get get paid £3-4 million for the privilege. No, I've got no respect for that. Don't tell me that that's not what you're about. When you leave clubs all the fucking time. Oh man, the Newcastle Sunderland comparison. When was he at Sunderland? Over a decade ago. Played 98 games, won 29, drew 27, lost 42. Scored 123 goals and the team conceded 138. At Newcastle, a decade on, and this man talks about progression. How long does it take for progression? But this man, a decade on, played 95 games for Newcastle, won 29, drawn 25, lost 41. 4 goals at 122 and conceded 159. And he's had the money to spend at Newcastle. Oh, I'll give him his credence and I'll respect him for being consistent. And that is consistently shit. Like, just stop with the narrative. Like it doesn't wash. It really doesn't, and for me it just reduces any sort of journalistic credence that people have got, because it's just apparent that you won't come out and criticise him because he's an acquaintance, which is fine. But don't lambast Newcastle fans for having a fucking opinion on a club that they work hard to go and watch every week. And you've got this arrogant prick that can't tell his arse from his elbow and manage a team in the Premier League and realise that he's not good enough for the job, and then blame the media and the fans and not even listen. Like, Ashley's gone now and you're still the same. Lascelles and Hayden apparently having a bust up over differences between what they think about Steve Bruce. We've got Danny Rose coming out in the media saying that Newcastle have 2-3 days off a week. These aren't rumours, these are facts. That isn't good enough. They're not in training again today, and I only hope that's because Steve Bruce has been sacked. Moving on. Newcastle United having sponsorship deals blocked for the next month. So anyone that PIF deal with cannot take any sort of sponsorship of Newcastle United for the next month, and the reason for that is that the clubs have voted against it, which I am fine with. So what I take from it is that we can't do that, because what tends to happen is that these companies will inflate what a sponsorship deal is actually worth, and that will be a loophole around FFP. Fine. But what these clubs are forgetting is you've got the hypocrisy from Manchester United. Leicester, your stadium is called the King Power Stadium. Are you all forgetting that they're a direct affiliate of your late owner? Like, it is what it is. For me personally, I think it's a positive thing, because it creates more of a free market to bring more companies to the table to essentially bid on our commercial rights, which is only a good thing for me. So I'm not too worried about reading into the glamorised negativity that the media have made out from that. What I am worried about is the fact that Steve Bruce is still in a job. Isaac Hayden and our captain are apparently falling out. And again, like I said, usually I wouldn't be bothered about that, but this is happening on a consistent basis. Steve Bruce out. Apologies for the rant. I'm usually against that kind of thing, but it gets me so frustrated. I know Newcastle United fans across the world feel exactly the same. Get him gone.